Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Flagstaff Epro 19 FBS travel trailer. Guys, pick a cool little trailer here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, there's plenty of room for this awning to come in and out. And on your off campsite, we have room for your slide to come in and out unimpeded, preferably nothing hanging over top. And I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to plug in just behind your tire on your off camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. And then your water and docking station will be toward the front on the same side, driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing we do is level our unit. You have a power tongue jack here with a night docking light should you arrive at night. Retract to lower, extend to raise. Once you get your unit level, we'll stabilize it. If for some reason you happen to lose power, underneath this rubber stopper here is a manual override that you can use this hand crank on. Same hand crank that we will stabilize our unit with. So you can get that up and down if you don't have power with this hand crank. Now we're going to go around all four corners, run our stabilizing jacks down. 3/4 inch crank. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun. That'll run these down in just a matter of seconds. I just recommend when you get to the bottom you slow down. Recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Put your hand crank on these and run these down just until you have some type of pressure here. Remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. We already have our unit level. All we want to do is run all four of these down just until they're taut and we know we've stabilized our unit. Once our unit's level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Big long 30 amp cord here plugs into the back of your unit. The way they go on now is they go into the left, wiggle it, twist it to the right, and then put on your black washer. That'll hold it on. At the end of that 30 amp service, you ever need to plug into a 110, there's a 30 to 15 amp reducer you can use. Once you get your power hooked up, hook up our water. Your little docking station is going to be right here to the right of your entry passageway. City Water Connect. This is where we're going to connect at campsites. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. Your water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. Always use it when putting fluid in here. And there it is. Put that in there, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Just to the right of that is your hot water heater. Now this will lift right off here. All we're doing at this point, making sure we got a little plumber's tape around there, not putty. Putty will gum that up. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there tight, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now, after your hose has been on for a little while, I want you to go inside, deploy your slide if you need to, but I want you to open up all your water taps. Open them up until the air is done flowing through the lines. You get a nice steady flow of water. Once you got a steady flow of water, you can go ahead and turn on this hot water heater indoors. Now, if your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, right here, look to see if these are bubbled up. If they are bubbled up, press them back in. They're reset. And here's our pressure release valve. Now, say we're going to go camping and we're not going to hook up at a campsite. We're going to go dry docking or boondocking. In that case, we're going to fill up our potable water or fresh water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. 2 ways to tell when it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2, on the inside where you check the levels of your battery in black and gray tanks. There's also a button to hold down for your fresh tank. Once this is full, make sure you're watching it while you fill it. Don't leave it unattended. Once it's full, remove your hose, put your cap back on, and then when you want to utilize that fresh water, you'll turn on your water pump inside. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That's already pressurized. All right, you're all set up to camp and power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, starting here on your off-camp side. There's a docking light to the front of the unit. Big pass-through storage here. You've got a stand and a grill. I'll show you where those go when we get to the other side. Again, your fresh water, city water, cable and satellite. Here's your antifreeze inlet for winterizing. Down here is your fresh water drain. Again, your hot water heater. On your slides, you want to add to the longevity of the life of these wipers. Keep them pliable. They actually have a spray that you can spray on those. Keep them nice and flexible. You have an outdoor shower with hot and cold water. Your 751 key will open that up. Over here, your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump your black and gray tanks. There's your power. Coming around to the back of the unit, you got a ladder. Utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year. Check the seams of your roof. Caulk as needed, where it's cracked or dried up, with recommended RV roofing caulk. You also have a backup camera on your unit. On your awning, come around to your campsite. You have a pitch control. If it's raining, you don't want the rain to stay up there and your campsite's down there. So if you pull down on this pitch control, that's going to run all the rainwater off to this end. On your campsite, your entry doorway, this will hold your entry doorway open. You have a couple of 110s out here. So you have a stand and a griddle that'll set here, and a table. Down here is your quick connect LP, your spare tire. Here's your low point drain. Right up underneath there's your low point drains to dump when we're leaving. And a sewer hose holder. This is a flue for your furnace. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of this. It does get hot, and make sure nothing's ever blocking it. Over here's your hitch work, your backup camera box. On the front, your propane does come with a cover. Also has a regulator. It's pointed toward the tank you wish to be using. When it's green, it's got gas. Batteries. Check your battery posts now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you're going down the road. Looking to see if you have a battery disconnect on this one. You do. So underneath your propane tanks is this little handle here that you will turn to shut off all the battery power to your unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. This is a vent for your microwave, your outdoor speakers, LED lights, a porch light. Coming up inside the unit, first thing I like to point out is fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. To your left as you come in, up top, self-explanatory microwave, your Magic Chef fridge. The main thing I want to tell you on your fridge, you got this little safety handle to keep that from popping open while you're traveling. Down below that's going to be your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. 15, 30, 40, got a little variety there. I highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. To the right of that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now the reason I mentioned that's 12 volt is always running off your battery. So if you are boondocking, dry camping, nothing plugged in charging your battery, if you're going to be gone for the day, use your battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. To your right, as you come up top, is your control panel. So there's your brand new battery. There's your fresh water button to tell when your potable water is full. Your black and gray tanks. Over here is where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. Your water heater if hooked to gas. Your water heater if hooked to electric. Make sure you choose it properly. Tank heater, that'll turn on A little 12-volt pad on your tank to keep it from freezing up on you if you're in inclement weather. All your lighting. There's that bright porch light. Awning light, step light, slide control, and your awning. On your awning, I'm going to extend that. You don't even want to run that down until that flap falls down to 9 degrees and you can see that bar. That will continue to run itself out and run itself up backwards. They haven't designed one to stop yet. So when you are running it out, keep an eye on it and make sure that you don't run it out farther than you need to. I do recommend at the end of each season washing off your awning. Make sure it dries good before you put it back away. Awnings do seem to get dirty over time. I'll run that back in here for you. Got that in, we'll continue our tour. Coming over here to your cooktop, you got a light and a fan. Your glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. Got a panel light. Now to light these, you have to push in to high and hold it in while you hit your spark. So I'll do that. And there's your flame. Now same thing on the oven. Turn this to light. Light it here. And then set it to your desired temperature. No need for a pilot light anymore. Take this panel light, rock it down, and it becomes an oven light. TV. I'll turn that on there for you. While I am, I'm going to show you back here where you've got this little green light. When you arrive at a campsite, make sure that button's pushed in, that green light is on. That is a digital channel enhancer, and it'll allow you to pick up more channels. There's your TV working. Above that, RV Technology sound system. You can pick something up inside here. These metal buildings don't do too good on. So, shut zone 1 off. Now we're just outdoors. Or both. AM, FM, Bluetooth. Touch it once to mute it. Hold it in to shut it off. Down there's your inverter. Your TV does swivel. Pops out here and swivels. Just make sure you tuck it away good. You have a Wi-Fi ranger. If you're at a campsite and you're at the back of the campsite, we're not picking up good Wi-Fi. There's an extension. I'll show you. There's also a USB charger here. Coming over here, your sofa. Besides having a cup holder and a table back behind it, it will also jackknife down into a bed. Smoke alarm. This is your Go Power solar controller. What this does is controls the amount of solar power going to your battery. I'll send you a separate video on this, as well as on your tire pressure monitoring system. You have a from Trust System Technologies. I'll send you videos from both of those on how to work those. You really don't have to do anything to this other than make sure that it's on the right battery. Here's your thermostat. Turn on your heat, shut that off. You'll notice when I shut your heat off, it'll take a few minutes for the fan to cycle through before it shuts off. Up here's your AC with quick dump. That about covers everything inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. Oh, I did that. Go in the bathroom yet. In the bathroom, a couple things to mention. You have a hand crank open, power exhaust vent in here with 4 different speeds. Plumbing to maintain. Back behind this control, this little panel here, 2 screws to take out, star bit. Just keep an eye on your plumbing. Maintain it like you would at home. Remember, you're bouncing a house down the road, so you want to keep an eye on a few things. Here's your 110 with GFCI reset. Again, now let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start by hitting my interior lights, because that way I can see any individual lighting I may have left on. Now I can turn on my interior, take a look outside, make sure I shut off my awning, my porch, and my step light. All of them are off. Doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed and nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Everything's going to be secure as you travel. Come over here. Simply hit slide in. Two slides in. Hit your interior lights and exit the unit. Now the biggest thing on these steps is you want to make sure that your exterior door is all the way open. That way this doesn't catch on it when it comes in. You see it comes very close. Set it in. Lock your steps. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn this handle. Your door is ready for travel. At this point, we're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, water, and cable. Once your water is unhooked, you're going to come right here to your low point drain and open up both of these. If by chance you are at a campsite, or excuse me, yeah, a dry docking campsite, you can dump your fresh water right there. And lastly, come to your hot water heater, lift up on this pressure release valve. That'll dump the remainder of the hot water out of there. Flip that down or your door won't close, and pull your drain plug. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be all the way at the rear of the unit. Put your hot water heater door back on here. Got a 10-foot hose, park where you can reach, hook your hose up, and the first thing you're going to pull is that black handle on the right. That's going to be your sewer. Once it sounds like that's empty, go inside, go to your control panel and touch your black button. Once it looks like that's empty on there, leave that handle open, again with your water pressure regulator. Hook up the hose at the dump station and let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all the nastiness out of your black tank. When you're done there, remove that hose, close that, make sure the rest of that washout drain has drained, then close your black handle and pull this gray handle. That gray handle is going to be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. Then you can conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right in the sewage holder. Again, I thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Epro for many years to come. Happy camping.